The New York Jets are at home for TNF this week, still looking for win number 1 post going all in on 2024.
25 seconds, 4th and goal. Brissett under center, here we go. Stevenson on the take. Stevenson is in! And with 22 seconds left, the New England Patriots have taken the lead.
They host the Houston Texans, now in the driver's seat in the AFC South.
Richardson buying time for his receivers to get down there. He's in trouble! And Richardson trying to stay alive. Laterals to Braden Smith. Scooped up by Autry. Ball is still loose. Will Anderson has it. He is down, and the game is over.
Jets know first item on the agenda this week, slow C.J. Stroud down. Will be easier being Stephon Diggs is out. Hurt his knee last week.
Diggs is holding on to his right knee.
Yeah, this looks like it's non-contact. He just goes down. You see him grab it right there.
Stroud will have Tank Dell. He scored versus Indianapolis, just 35 yards. Tight end Dalton Schultz tied for second most targets last week, 52 yards.
And it's caught. A first down for Dalton Schultz and a gain of 17 in front of Franklin.
For Stroud's part, 285 yards passing a week ago, over 7.5 yards per attempt, a touchdown, no interceptions, a rating right near 100.
Throws on the run. Mechie reels it in. A gain of 27 for Mechie.
Jets secondary he draws next. Didn't struggle with New England's quarterbacks, though they'd like that last drive back, but only 155 yards allowed last week, just 5.2 yards per attempt, low 70s rating, holding quarterbacks to a low 80s rating overall.
Brissett to the end zone, broke it up and batted down. Terrific coverage on the play.
New York's pass rush could leave a mark. Stroud took 2 sacks, but faced pressure a whopping 57% of the time. They were benching dudes, it was so bad. It's been a year-long problem for them too.
Pressure coming again, and Stroud is sacked. And again, the offensive line issues continue for the Texans.
Jets pass rush, not a lot of sacks versus New England, but a pressure rate close to 40. Their season pressure rate and sack total top 10 good.
Brissett, here they come, steps up and he's buried.
When it gets too hot in the kitchen, Stroud will look Joe Mixon's way, 32 receiving yards week 8, 102 rushing yards, 4.1 a carry. His score, proof that he has membership into the grown-ass man club.
Mixon at the 5, lowers his shoulder, and he's in for the touchdown! What a run by Mixon!
Mixon on a 3-game C-note bender, 100+ in 4 of the 5 games he's played. Jets defense he tries to make it 5 against. Top 10 tough on running backs, holding them to 4.1 a run after holding Ramondre Stevenson to under 3.
Stevenson, they got to get him in the backfield. Good pursuit. Surratt made a couple of plays today for this Jets defense.
Flip it now. Aaron Rodgers, on paper last week, looked like a Week 8 winner. 2 touchdowns, no picks, 230+ yards, a rating over 110, over 8 yards per attempt.
Over the middle, completes Conklin.
A-Rod's been putting up the yards and broke a 3-game INT streak too. Devontae Adams, 54 yards in his second game back with Rodgers.
Rodgers, the pump fake, fires over the middle, and it is caught. Rodgers delivering a strike to Adams.
Jets fans expecting more though. Maybe his Taco Bell hasn't arrived in the Big Apple yet, stuck in transit. Garrett Wilson, 113 yards last week, 100+ in 3 of his last 4.
Over the middle, and it is caught. Wilson making the catch.
Tight end Ty Conklin hauled in a touchdown, 42 yards.
Rodgers slinging one to the end zone. Touchdown.
Texans secondary they go after, playing at a high level. They held Anthony Richardson to 5.5 yards per attempt, under 180 yards, a sub-50 rate. They picked him off, the 6th lowest rate allowed for the year now, lowest completion percentage allowed.
Picked off! Petrie at the 10! Petrie cuts it back!
Conklin up against a defense with the 2nd lowest rate allowed to tight ends on the season versus the Wilsons and Adams. Sub-90 rating allowed, held Michael Pittman to just 16 yards on 6 targets, also gave up a 69-yard TD pass to Josh Downs. Their defenders ran into each other. 11 touchdowns allowed to wideouts in 2024, the 2nd most.
And Downs will go! Touchdown, Colts!
Huge battle up front. Rodgers has faced less pressure than any quarterback in the league.
Rodgers comes back to the near side of the field. Wilson makes the catch.
18 sacks taken though, so you can reach him. Houston's pass rush, highest pressure rate in the NFL, 3rd most sacks, added 5 last week.
Anderson's coming. Richardson can't escape. A sack for Will Anderson.
Will Anderson had one, team-leading 7.5 sacks now. Danielle Hunter had 2, up to 5.5. Tim Settle picked up his 4th. Houston's front not great versus the run, though. Gave up over 100 yards, over 5 a run to Jonathan Taylor.
Taylor at the 20. Taylor still going at the 15. And down at the 10.
That drove their yard per carry allowed to running backs this year to 4.1, which is still respectable. Breece Hall next. He hit at 5 a pop versus the Patriots, 80 yards.
This is Hall, able to find the edge, gets the Jets first down on a big run there of 16.
Hall hasn't been consistent, just his 3rd game over 4 a carry. New York falls to 2-7. Well, since 1990, only one team has ever pulled a turnaround from there to make the playoffs. 3-6, and at least 8 teams have. 5% is better than 1, right? Texans make it to 7-2, and they are in the 92% echelon. Round 11 for these two, 7-3 in favor of the green. The best one, guess the year before I reveal it. Matt Schaub at quarterback for Houston. Mark Sanchez for New York. Kesha says, come on, tick-tock, tick-tock. Great game. Houston down late. Schaub leads the comeback. Huge completion to the legend that was David Anderson. Arian Foster puts the Texans ahead. They pick off Sanchez on the next possession. Score to take the lead with 59 seconds to play, but Mark did them dirty. Hit Santonio Holmes for the game winner with 16 seconds to play.
What can you say about Mark Sanchez and what he just did?